Hey, thank you for joining me today. So today's video, we're going to be using this Sunday sketches. So you can pause the video right here, write down your measurements, and get your paper ready and come join me. We're still using the Heidi Swapp Honey and Spice, the 6x6 paper pad, which is single-sided, and I'm just pointing to where I have the sketch on the right-hand side here, so you guys can see it as you follow along. Once again, as with most of my sketches, I'm using an A2 size card. So my matte piece right here, I've cut to 4 1/8 by 5 3/8, and I'm just going to put my wet glue and my ATG tape, and then line this up and attach it to the base. And I find for me, it's generally easier to get my pages to line up if I build it up from the card base, basically up. So this one here, same thing. Actually, this is the pattern paper. So for the pattern paper, I made it 4 by 5 1/4. Same thing with the ATG tape, and then some art glitter glue to give me that little bit of wiggle room if I need to readjust or move anything around. I definitely find it a benefit. And it allows me sometimes to even be able to just kind of push and pull on the paper and try and get it where it's more even. All right, so that's our base. Now for the strip, that's I believe it's 4 3/4 by 2 1/2. For this image, the mat, I made 1/8 of an inch bigger. So I made it lengthwise 4 7/8, and then the mat is 2 by 2 3/8. Wrong. 2 5/8 because it's 2 1/2. So I had to go 1/8 of an inch bigger. And just keep in mind with doing the layers, it is going to affect like distances from like the top to bottom, how much of the paper you're seeing. It affects it because you're adding more paper to it. So you just have to keep that in mind, especially if you're trying to have it where you can really see the pattern behind the paper. What I liked about this one is just the colors. This particular paper collection is really just a really pretty palette, and so I just like how they all work together. And I figured the best way to keep it so you can enjoy all the different layers would be to make sure to mat each piece. So this focal image is I think it's 2 3/4 by 2 3/4, and so the matte paper is 2 7/8 by 2 7/8. So that way there's a nice 1/8 of an inch border. And we're just going to add some ATG, some more art glitter glue, and then line this up. On this version, because I did do one prior to starting the video, I'm going to make sure to take it over to the right a little bit more, because I didn't take the bottom piece inward enough. So since it's closer to the right hand side, I wanted to make sure that I had enough room to put some Nuvo drops on the left hand side. And then same thing with this strip of glitter paper. I did the ATG tape, adding some art glitter glue. And then we're going to lay it down and get it as straight as possible. And it's enough time that if I need to, I can adjust. And I always like to kind of stand it up so I can look at it straight on and make sure it's even. And then for the sentiment, I took one of my pre-cut out ones that I used. I now keep a jar full. And when I get low, I just do up some more. But we're going to attach that. Initially, I was going to use the foam tape, but I decided not to. That I wanted to just attach this one straight to the glitter. Sorry about that. I forget what I was trying to reach for. Already ATG. I'm just adding some wet glue. And now I'm going to attach my sentiment. And you see that even with laying it down, I was able to pick it up a little bit and readjust it. So I definitely like using the wet glue. It gives you just that little bit of time. And then we're going to put down 3 drops and do a tap tap. Get them as flat as possible so it looks more like enamel dots. And our card is complete. I like these style of cards. I really do. I like the fact that, you know, I can layer the pattern paper, add a few mats, and you have very distinct levels, I guess you could call it. Yeah. I definitely like this one. I have quite a few in my stash that I save because I like to use them so much. So this one is going to be included into the stash of sketches for us. So you'll probably be seeing this one again. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. Make sure you hit the like, subscribe, and share button. And of course, here I'm going to have links to previous sketch videos. And if you haven't subscribed, just click on my photo. Thank you guys so much. And I hope you have a great day.